Okay, my audience, there's 4 there and 1 there. Hi everyone, thank you for joining. Today I would like to introduce you guys the beautiful and diverse country I have grown so fond of, Peru. Peru is located in western South America and is the 3rd largest country in South America. It is known for its beautiful landscapes, such as the famous Machu Picchu, rich history, and spirited culture. Just like learning about any other country or culture, an important aspect to understanding the country is learning its communication style and customs. In this speech, I want to address communication in Peru, how culture shapes interactions, and how everyday life is influenced by these aspects. The primary language spoken in Peru is Spanish, spoken by around 84% of the population. Along with Spanish being the primary language, several indigenous languages such as Quechua and Aymaru are also widely spoken in other regions of Peru. These languages are culturally significant in rural and Andean communities. When it comes to verbal communication, Peruvians are often warm and expressive, using facial expressions and body gestures. They tend to talk in loud, excited tones. It may not always mean they are upset when speaking. People in Peru value formalities, such as señor and señorita when addressing elders. It's important to be polite when speaking in Peru, especially addressing elders or authority figures. They prefer indirect communication and tend to avoid confrontation. They generally do not address personal conflict in public, according to the source AFS USA. Now that we understand language and verbal communication, let's move to nonverbal communication and etiquette. Nonverbal communication is important in Peruvian culture. When starting a conversation with Peruvians, handshakes are most common in formal situations. A light kiss on the cheek or hug is a common way of saying hello, especially among the women. Eye contact is extremely important as it shows attentiveness and helps build a connection in communicating. Peruvians like to often be close to one another while talking, but may be more distant in professional or acquainted settings. Gestures are used frequently in conversations to convey messages and emphasis. However, certain gestures that are common in other cultures may have different meaning in Peru, so it is most important to be mindful of nonverbal cues. Now that we have discussed verbal and nonverbal communication, let's focus on cultural values. Peruvian culture reflects a traditional blend of indigenous and Spanish influence. Family is the most important aspect of Peruvian life, and oftentimes live close together and hold family gatherings frequently. The respect for elders and hierarchy is a cultural norm in Peru, and oftentimes expected in professional and social settings. While time may be seen as more important to other cultures, it is seemingly more flexible, meaning gatherings or meetings may not always be started on time. Peru holds many festivals a year, which helps bring communities together and helps preserve the history and traditions of the Peruvian culture. Understanding the communication and culture in Peru allows us to appreciate and respect another country's way of life outside of what we know. Growing up in a Peruvian family, I've become accustomed to many of these communication tactics without realizing it was based on Peruvian culture. Whether you plan on traveling to Peru or simply wish to learn more about another region of the world, understanding and realizing these cultural and communicative nuances help deepen one's appreciation for the remarkable country. I know I've grown fond of it. I hope you can too.